MrBeast allowed 1,000 people to see for the first time. However, this video has quickly become one of MrBeast's most controversial ever. This has highlighted the issue of YouTube philanthropy. So the question is, should YouTubers really be providing care for others in exchange for views? Let's answer that question by starting with the topic of erectile dysfunction. In economies, there are two groups who primarily drive economic activity: businesses and governments. Businesses create products and services for people to consume, which then provides crushingly boring jobs for all of us to work at. Governments, meanwhile, provide and maintain the infrastructure that's required for functioning society to operate, including the justice system, healthcare, transportation, schooling, and so forth. And generally, they do this with varying degrees of success, but always with unparalleled levels of inefficiency and bureaucracy. Charities and philanthropy come to the fore when these two, businesses and governments, fail to provide for everyone. These organizations, generally backed by altruistic giving, step in and provide resources to help plug the gaps left in societies by businesses and governments. Gaps which emerge for a plethora of reasons, but usually they are due to the way corporations in particular are incentivized. Take pharmaceutical companies. As profit-seeking entities looking to maximize the shareholder value, they're better incentivized to sell Viagra to middle-aged rich dudes than provide antivirals for those suffering from malaria. Why? Because there's more money to be made in curing boners for rich people than deadly diseases which affect the poor. So philanthropy and the work that non-profits do is ultimately a function of market failures, a band-aid on the gaping wounds that emerge in society. However, despite the mission of altruistic philanthropy to support marginalized groups who otherwise wouldn't be able to get help, it often gets a bad rap. This is primarily because large-scale philanthropy has been taken over by the ultra-wealthy, who use it as an image laundering mechanism to gain favor with the public, and enjoying massive tax breaks while doing so. Take our friend Scam Bankrun Fraud, Sam Bankman-Fried of FTX. SBF positioned himself as the poster child for the effective altruism movement, one which focuses on doing the most good possible using evidence-based giving to specific high-impact cause areas. All of which completely unraveled when a leaked Twitter DM showed that it was all a front for him to win the favor of the public. Image laundering at its finest. Particularly ironic for a man who dresses like he hasn't done laundry in years. But none of these dynamics are particularly new. Philanthropy has been around for a very long time, almost as much as capitalism has. But in recent years, the rise of so-called YouTube philanthropy has emerged as an area of controversy that has divided viewers. In the modern hunt for likes, views, and clout, a creator, usually with some sad music playing in the background, finds somebody in need, like a homeless person, and gives them a wad of cash in a seemingly selfish gesture designed to tug at our heartstrings. Viewers like the video in their droves and wax lyrical in the comments about what an amazing gesture this was and how great the creator is, all signaling to the almighty algorithm to push this content in front of more and more eyes, making these videos go insanely viral. This type of feel-good content is commonly referred to as charity porn. Not the usual type your mother partakes in, but since we don't want to get demonetized by the YouTube gods for saying this word too often, we're instead going to use the word performative altruism. And like most areas of YouTube, no one is better at this than MrBeast. He's given away thousands of dollars to the homeless, tipped food service workers huge amounts of money, and Beast Philanthropy, his channel dedicated to larger philanthropic efforts, such as his food bank, has nearly 12 million subscribers at the time of recording. His most recent philanthropic video, however, titled 1,000 Blind People See for the First Time, has been met with huge backlash online. On the face of it, this may seem like an act beyond reproach, but in the perpetually polarized world, even curing the blind can spark intense internet debates. It might seem crazy to even entertain the idea that someone curing the sight of 1,000 people could be viewed as bad. However, it does undoubtedly raise some uncomfortable questions about this type of content. In this video, which has now been viewed over 100 million times, MrBeast took a departure from his usual frantic, challenge-based content to try a different style of video. He paid for a simple 10-minute eye surgery for 1,000 people who could not afford it, giving them some vision back and helping others see clearly for the first time in years.
I can see everything.
So why are people so pissed? Well, firstly, many people are questioning Jimmy's motives for carrying out this act. In many people's view, acts of performative altruism, such as giving away money to the homeless or curing 1,000 people of vision problems, are done for the sole reason of going viral. This in turn will help them build their following and benefit their brand by being viewed as a force for good in the world. They don't do it out of solely compassion or empathy. They want more views, more likes, and of course, more money. Especially when young, impressionable fans view them as acts of messianic. messianic empathy. This is particularly true in MrBeast's case, where this video sits along other videos where he builds and gives away a chocolate factory, buries himself alive for 50 hours and recreates Squid Game in real life. People imagine Jimmy thinking to himself, should I cure 1,000 people of blindness today, or would the algorithm prefer me to put another million Orby balls in a pool? Ultimately, this altruistic gesture is complicated by the fact that it's packaged into an algorithm-pleasing formula of YouTube. Now, you may think that a person's motives don't really matter. Who cares what their motives are? They still gave $10,000 to a homeless person, or helped 1,000 people see for the first time. Well, motives do matter. Why? Because the motive is what differentiates kindness from exploitation. Is MrBeast monetizing people's suffering, or is he helping from the goodness of his heart? Well, we think both of these can be true simultaneously. These types of videos undoubtedly benefit creators. They help with their image and earn them new fans. Even if a creator doesn't make any money on a video of this kind, where for example they donate all of the ad revenue to charity, that still isn't strictly true because of the lifetime value of a subscriber. A creator may make no money from this initial view of a subscriber, but they will make money from them in the future, because from them watching their other videos, they may buy merch, or in Jimmy's case, buy a Beast Burger or Feastables bar. In Jimmy's case, we think he does ultimately want to do good in the world. He said previously that he wants to spend all of his money before he dies helping as many people as he possibly can. And while you can't ever know someone's true motives, in Jimmy's case, we think he views these types of videos in a way to spontaneously achieve two things he's striving for: increasing his follower count and helping those in need. But that doesn't change the fact that while MrBeast made 1,000 people's lives better in his video, he actually made 1,001 people's lives better. But in truth, this dynamic isn't localized to YouTube philanthropy. Research has shown that everyday altruism that we take part in is more often than not motivated by social rewards, rather than purely out of compassion. Oftentimes, we're putting on a performance in our own lives, even if there isn't a camera on us. The other main criticism leveled against this video is that it completely ignores the wider context of the problems that are raised. MrBeast doesn't attempt to examine the systemic issues of economic inequality and privatized healthcare that create a situation that makes this act of charity necessary. These issues are completely ignored in the video, in lieu of heartwarming reaction shots of recipients of the procedure seeing for the first time being gifted Teslas and lottery winning sums of money. To be fair, I think we'd rather watch that too. Essentially, MrBeast's video is much like those feel-good news stories that can hide a bleak reality at their core. Like stories of children raising money to pay their parents' medical bills, or teachers who have to go to extreme lengths to provide basic classroom supplies. While we understand the merit in this criticism, ultimately we think it falls flat for one simple reason. MrBeast is an entertainer. He's not a commentator, an economist, or a political activist. He's just a guy who makes fun, entertaining, and interesting videos. Expecting MrBeast to have nuanced discussion about systemic economic inequality in America is kind of like expecting an Inception level narrative arc in the porno you're watching. There is undeniably a wider conversation to be had here about the issues, but we don't think that MrBeast would want to, or even indeed should be steering it. In the end, we can understand the cynic's perspective on MrBeast philanthropy, seeing these rich youngsters like MrBeast throwing around huge sums of money like chump change, even in the attempt of helping people, and getting applauding for it seems dystopian. This type of content starkly shows that the same system that paywalls millions of people from simple necessities in life, like a home or a simple life-changing surgery, simultaneously rewards creators like MrBeast with successes and riches beyond comprehension for the normal person. But ultimately, we think most of the time creators' hearts are in the right place and they're trying to do the right thing. These videos help get eyeballs on these otherwise ignored problems in society. When these videos show compassion, education, and inclusion, as exhibited in MrBeast's video, the end results include making a change and inspiring others to do the same. If young, impressionable MrBeast fans are inspired by this type of content to do more good in their lives, well, then it's a net positive for the world. We can only hope that everybody opens their eyes to that fact. We also like you to open your eyes to the agreement we are now making with you. Watch one of our videos and you don't need to do anything. Watch 2 of our videos, you should probably leave a comment, or if you've watched 3 of our videos at this stage, we ask you to subscribe. Virtual handshake initiated. Sorry, you're in now, it's too late.